change up, the look on the show.
Hold on, guys. I forgot to hit the go live. Ready,
Nice.
set, go.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of What's the Deal with Adam and Neil. I'm Adam.
I'm Neil.
We got a great show for you this morning. It's Friday.
It's true.
Yeah, and it's raining.
It's not Friday.
Oh, my goodness. It isn't. It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
That's so funny. My mind thinks it's Friday. I haven't yet to drink any coffee. I rushed out of the house. I threw this on. I wore this yesterday.
Nice.
And it didn't rain, but today it was, raining. It's not really pouring anymore. But I threw this on again thinking, I'll, I don't want to get wet. And then, no kidding, like my coffee thing, I poured coffee in here. I didn't have any. I couldn't find the lid in the washing machine, and it was sitting right there, like for a solid 2 or 3 minutes. Like, where is this?
That's like
So
the
then I looked at a
classic.
cabinet, then I looked in the sink, and I was like, it's gotta be in the dishwasher. It was right there. I just I couldn't see it.
That's the classic husband move. Honey, I can't find my tie. It's right in front of your face.
Yeah. Can't find my glasses. It's on your
It's
head.
on your head.
Yeah, so I had one of those mornings.
That's funny.
Maybe you have too. Well, welcome to Thursday. Goodness.
Yeah. Thursday. All day.
Yeah, all day it's Thursday.
Yeah. I was just thinking, with these rain jackets, like I can tell yours is one of the like new and improved jackets of our generation, and so is mine. And it's nice because they're so light and like when it's warm outside and it's raining, you don't really want to get wet.
Yeah.
But you don't want to put on like a parka,
Yeah.
And so I was just thinking, when I was a kid, I had these rain jackets that were just super thick, and I had the similar type of rain jacket that I bought at like a Goodwill to bring on a mission trip, and I put it on, and it was warm, like hot.
Yeah.
So I love that we have these new jackets that are breathable and like I don't feel like I'm wearing anything right now.
Yeah.
Well, jacket wise.
Wow, man, that's a good jacket.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on the beach right now.
Yeah, no, I hear you. When we were
Yeah.
kids, the jackets were not breathable at all. It was like wearing a tarp.
Yeah.
And I was just used to that.
Yeah.
This new technology is great.
It's nice.
Yeah. This one's not as breathable as it may appear. Yours is
I can see holes in it.
Oh, does it have little holes?
Yeah.
That's helpful. So yeah, I like this. And what's this little? That's just for a look. Yeah, I haven't worn this in a while. I
Nice.
dug it out of the closet.
Nice.
I think it was yesterday. I can't recall.
Yeah.
But I thought, it's been raining a lot lately. I need to get my rain jacket out. That's not like the giant one. I had this really large one with a hood and everything. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, they say April showers bring May flowers.
It's true.
So.
And make grass. I got
That's
so much
true.
grass.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I'm trying to get more grass.
Yeah. I gotta mow it like so much this weekend. It's crazy.
Man. Yeah, we got our new house at the end of last year, and so it was like the end of the summer last year, and so we're like, I've become that guy who's like really focused on his grass, and we have a lot of kids, both a couple of different neighbors have kids up and down the street. And I have gained respect for the old man that you see that is yelling at the kids to get off his lawn.
Have you?
Because
tell me more.
Well, because my grass is like, I'm trying to get good grass going, like not just these weeds, and like I don't want it to just be green. I want it to be good, like golf course quality grass. And so I've fertilized, I've put lime down, I've like, really I've plugged the yard, I've seeded a few times, and I really have just this like innate desire within me to have a solid, lush yard.
Nice.
And I don't know where it came from, because growing up, I didn't care.
Become a man.
Yeah, right. And so when a kid like steps foot into my yard, I'm like looking out the window like, okay,
Yeah.
how long are they standing in my yard? And
Yeah, just wait till if you have girls, you have the boyfriend come in his big truck, and he pulls all up in that grass accidentally and leaves the track.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I'll be waiting in my tidy whities on the front porch with a shotgun.
Get out of the grass.
Boy.
Let's see. In 20 years, what are the names gonna be? Like they're all weird and creative now. Maybe it'll go back to vintage.
That's true.
His name would be
circle
like I don't know, something weird like Zion.
Silas.
Hey, Zion. What? Silas.
That might be already a name.
Actually, that's kind of like the vintage name.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's like the throwback.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which way it's going to go. Like our kids' names
Silanita.
are totally, like the joke right now is for all these names, people are like, just name your kid John and Sarah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, no, man. Like our kids' names, like, they're like what? And then, and all these kids in our church, when we do the baby dedications for the last 3 years consistently, it's been like, I'm like, about 2 or 3 of the names actually are normal.
Yeah.
Like people, when they hear them, they know how it's spelled.
Like Susan.
I know how to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of them like, never heard that one before. Never heard that one before. Never seen that spelling before. I'm like, I like it though.
Yeah.
Hence the way we did it. So anyway, yeah, I wonder in 20 years, you know.
Yeah.
I guess, assuming that trend continues, yeah, you might have some guy named Buckaroo.
Yeah. Buckaroo in his pickup truck.
His big old pickup truck.
Yeah. No.
So yeah, your grass, huh?
Yeah. Well, so we had our group. We've been meeting for a couple semesters now, and in the fall semester, it was like the early stages of my grass development, and so we had only had like one seeding, and I texted my group when they were coming over to our house, and I said, "Hey guys, if you don't mind, just park in our driveway or park along the road before you get to our house." And I had one guy who happens to co-lead the group with me, Luke Crothamel, and he didn't get the memo for some reason or just didn't read it and pulled right up onto my grass.
Nice.
And I have not let him live it down yet.
Well done, Luke.
Luke, classic move.
Especially for him, he could have walked to your house.
That's true.
Like
He was
all
really
the
close.
people who did not need a vehicle on my grass.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So yeah, become that guy.
So here's what
I
you
don't
should
know.
do in preparation to prevent kids. Just do what we've done. We've allowed all these giant pits in the dirt that you don't see till you step in them. So if, you know, kids are gonna think our house is booby trapped, and
Right.
and like the grass, like you never know. There might be a giant tiger in a pit.
It could be.
Right, like
Yeah.
so you better not go onto old man Schwank's land.
That's true. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And you could throw out some like haunted story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Old Man
definitely.
Schwank.
You need the
Yeah.
haunted story of the kid who disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's those rumors last pretty well
That's
if
true.
you have the right setup. Yeah.
So I have
And then it turns out you're super nice and fun, but people.
Yeah, but you don't want the kids to know that.
Yeah. No way.
So I have a crazy story.
All right.
I haven't told you this yet. It happened yesterday.
Oh, I
in
can
my
have one
yard.
too, but not as crazy. Tell me.
Okay. This happened in my yard. This is a true story. Every second of this story is true. So we have a cat who is sick right now. So it's like super lethargic. We don't know what's wrong with it. It might die right now. Who knows? It's laying around. It was in the house for like 24 hours in the exact same spot. Didn't move at all.
Uh-oh.
And then, got up, mustered up some energy, went outside to use the bathroom. And because we don't do litter boxes, we make them pee outside.
Yeah, we do it too.
Yeah, so it's outside, and it tries to use the bathroom. Anyway, it ends up going off somewhere, didn't see it for a while. And probably an hour later, I'm on the phone in my yard. I'm just calling some group leaders, and I'm holding on speakerphone. And I'm like probably like, there's like 100 yards of my yard between me and the edge of the woods. And I hear some crazy stuff going on. And I look up and I see this fox way up in the woods, like zigzagging, like full speed, chasing something. And I was like, oh no, that's our cat. And then I saw the cat. So this fox is chasing the cat. I mean, they are going fast. So I take off running, still on my call.
Yeah.
I take off running towards the woods, and they're running out of the woods. And so they get into the yard. Both of us are full speed, like coming against each other like this. And I rear up to kick the fox. That was my plan, because I was like, in my head, I was like, guns are inside. I don't have time. I'm kicking it. So I'm running full speed at each other. I rear up to kick. The last second, I mean, like he's like a foot away from me. The fox sees me and like squeals tires and jumps up into the woods. And then the cat got away, and it was crazy.
Dude, that cat's gonna love you.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
That was nuts.
I mean, we've seen some of the foxes from a distance, but never been within kicking distance.
Yeah, I really wanted to kick it, so then I could have said, yesterday I kicked a fox.
I know, that could have been on your 2 truths and a lie.
Yeah.
Like, that's just really unlikely. They're so quick, and obviously they're not going to be. Wow.
He was just like so zeroed in on that cat. He was like bound to get
Tunnel vision.
And it for sure would have gotten it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like this far from the cat.
Wow.
It was nuts.
Wow.
So yeah, that was crazy.
Man.
And the cat like passed out. It hasn't moved since then.
Oh, man.
So,
Wow.
I don't know.
Well, so our cat did something yesterday, too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Your story
involves our cat.
So you had no idea what my story was going to be.
Correct. And I was
And you said I also have a story.
Yes. And I was really excited to tell you the story when I came.
That is crazy.
Last night, it's about 7 o'clock, so it's still, it's not dark yet, still a little light.
Yeah.
And our doors, we usually leave them open, like while we're there, so the kids can play and stuff, and kind of play on the porch and have airflow and all that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, our cat bounds up on the deck and walks in with something in his mouth.
Oh,
and
nice.
this thing is the size or bigger than his head. And so he brings it right in, he drops it, and I kick it and just launch it. So I kick it too, right?
What?
This is the story. Is
All of us kicking wild animals.
Right outside, immediately. And we look at it, and it was a rat, and it was about
nasty.
that big. It was a little smaller than this cup.
Man.
Because it was the size of my hand.
That's
I guess
disgusting.
maybe it was the size. It's tough because they have the tail and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was massive.
Wow.
So today is trash day on our street. So I took it down on a shovel, and I was gonna just chuck it in the woods.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? I already took the trash down. I had to take something else down too.
Yeah.
So I set it. I set it in the trash can, but it was kind of high because we had a lot this week.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Atlas's birthday, so there was this big box. Anyway, I set it right there so all the guys would see it
trash
when
guys.
I came to get it. I'm like, are you kidding me? They're like, these are really obvious.
man.
Unless something got it in the middle of the night.
Yeah, sure.
I was thinking, maybe
That's
the fox
crazy.
or something.
Yeah.
Like that. So yes,
So both of our
had
stories
cat stories yesterday.
that we didn't plan on telling each other involved our cats and involved kicking a wild animal.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I know.
What are the
same day.
chances?
I know. Maybe you also had a story yesterday.
Did anybody else
Of
almost
your
kick a
cat
wild animal?
And a wild animal. If so, perhaps we are in a parallel universe.
Matt, hold on to
It's
something.
coming back around.
No, so that is the one. So I haven't ever been like big into cats. I've always tolerated them enough, and but I don't mind them. And then but since we've had our cats, we have 2, and
This was one of the little cats?
yeah.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
They're like,
they're bigger now.
sure, but they're still under a year, right?
Yeah.
They're really small.
They're young, yeah.
But maybe they're hitting full size. Yeah, last time I've seen
Yeah.
them, they were tiny.
Right.
This lockdown has been a long time.
Yeah.
But last time was like at Thanksgiving or something.
Oh yeah.
So anyway,
They're
continue.
bigger. Yeah, but no, it's great because they're always catching mice and moles, and
Yeah.
so I'm like, let's keep them.
Yeah,
Keep 'em
that's
around.
worth it.
Yeah.
I'm sad to hear one of those cats are. I thought maybe he had like this old timer Garfield cat.
Yeah.
That's like, he's seen better days.
Yeah, no one cares if he
But
lives.
yeah, you're kind of like we've had good memories.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah,
Miss your cat. But
be released.
go out to the cat graveyard in the woods and just lie down. So I thought that was one of your.
No, it's
I
one
didn't
of
know
the
it was one of
young guns.
One of the little ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we're trying to figure out what to do because we took these cats in
Is it a male or female?
as a female.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me dig into my veterinary education. I am a doctor.
Dr. Schwank.
Does it have a leadership problem? Does it know?
What are its views on transubstantiation?
Yeah, what's his
and-
views on philosophy of management?
No, so originally we got this cat, both of them. They came from the neighbors, and our objective was as long as they use the bathroom outside and where you don't like spending a ton of money on him. Like we got him fixed, but we were like, we'll let them fend for themselves a little bit. But now we feel bad. He's like, or she's laying around.
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe some of you
sick.
have some ideas you could offer. You know, you never know. Once you share that out here, it's like, we should invite feedback.
That's
because
true.
People will give that anyway, so
Right.
I think it's a welcome thing.
So should I take it to the vet, let it be treated on its own, or pull an old yeller? Just
Yeah,
kidding.
it's too young for that.
Just kidding. I'm not going to do that. But those are the options for feedback.
Yeah. Choice A, B, or C.
It has to be one of them.
Some of you may have D, but that doesn't count.
Or D, all of the above.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully that gets resolved.
Yeah.
You'll have to update us either tomorrow or the next week.
Yep. We'll let you know. That happens to old Lily.
Yeah. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Lily. Yeah, so I like the whole house cat, but barn cat dynamic for our property. That's newer for us. When we got our cat, we were in Charlottesville in a duplex.
Yeah.
And so he stayed inside. In fact, when we first introduced him outside, I think it was the fall, and so there was leaves everywhere. They're all crunchy. And
man.
after about a year, and he was super unsure. It was amazing. I still remember that day. It was such a funny day. So he wouldn't want to go outside. Slowly, he realized he was born for the wild, and so then he loved to go outside, and he would like escape, and he'd run around, and like we lived along a park, and so he just kind of disappeared into the park. And we're like, man, it's Charlottesville. People like have way more concern about that.
Yeah.
Like we didn't want that, but he did escape, right? So finally, when we moved up here to Ruckersville, it was really good.
Yeah.
It allows him to.
He's got
be able to
5
have some
acres.
fun.
He can
find
rats
He
on.
has 5. He thinks he has probably 20. But there's other things out there too, and
That's
so
true.
they all interact, and he does.
Nice.
He does really well. But he loves going outside, and so he usually goes outside at night and then sleeps in our house during the day.
Oh, nice.
That's like his routine.
Yeah. That's cool. So he's eluded all wild animals.
Yeah, and he's also made friends with them. So sometimes we'll look out and we'll see that there's a raccoon or a possum. We have 2 of those. I don't know, not under our house, but pretty close. So they'll eat some of his food at night. So we have to like hide it or bring it in.
Interesting.
But sometimes we forget. Well, they find it, right? So sometimes we'll look out there and we'll see him sitting on the porch with the possum right there, just eating. And I'm like,
nice.
Open the door, like, get out of here, possum. And Gray's just sitting there. I'm thinking, you guys aren't fighting? Like, what's going on? Gray, protect your food. Like, what's going on here? Protect your porch.
Yeah.
And then I have yet to see the raccoon and Gray interact. I don't know if that's, but that thing is massive.
Yeah.
That
They're
raccoon,
bigger than you expect them to be.
dude. I don't know if you can make raccoon soup. Probably wouldn't want to eat the meat. I don't know if that's a common thing.
You can probably make
think I
soup
would
out of
know,
anything.
coming from West Virginia, but I just don't. But I do know, like, the raccoon hat. I'm interested
Classic.
in that.
Yeah.
It's probably better for me just to buy one for like $10 on eBay.
Yeah, it'd probably be a little more sanitary.
The going rate is, yeah. But I kind of, the thing's right there.
Yeah.
But
Pull an old Davy Crockett.
yeah, exactly. I loved watching the Disney versions of like Davy Crockett musket. So I was all about the hat and like the musket.
Yeah.
And then we moved to West Virginia. That is literally the what do they call it?
Way
The
of life.
mascot. Man, like the mascot, West Virginia's mascot definitely is a top 10 for college sports.
Yeah.
It's gotta be. It's a real person, first of all. Usually it's some person who's really an acrobat, like inside some outfit, right? So West Virginia's is a real person, like as in he wears like clothes, but not like a fake outfit.
Right. Not a costume.
Yeah, not a costume. He's got. Have you seen the? Am I talking? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You were like listening, like, tell me more.
Well, I got if I have like an intense desire, longing to know, I feel like it aspires for our
It must do
viewers.
that.
Yeah.
What's interesting
thousands
is
of viewers.
preaching is fun on Sunday when you can like preach to people. Their listening faces are so different, and nobody. I don't think people realize what they look like. Not that you should really care, especially when we were meeting in the school, and it's larger. It's not like it's a small group setting, but. you have to just press on, trusting that what you're saying is interesting enough to be heard, because you have some people, a few people here or there might be sleeping.
Yeah,
but most
you got a
people
dozer every now
kind of
and
have this look, and they're either like really into it, or there's like, kind of like the scowl look.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah. Turns out, for most people, the scowl is more of their listening face.
Yeah.
If it's like deep. I don't mean scowl as in like none of this nonverbal stuff, but like they're genuinely listening. It's just their face is like.
yeah, it makes you think, oh, did they not agree with me?
Yeah, which is really disorienting or
Yeah.
off-putting if you're preaching like some theology or practical thing about like parenting,
Yeah.
and there's like, like, oh, turns out they're thinking about, how they need to,
Yeah.
what they need to do with that. I bet a lot of our teachers are familiar with that, and
So-
with your students.
What we really would need all of you guys to do when we get back is to just shout us down. Amen, Pastor, come on.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need it. We need you to be a cheering section.
Yeah.
And keep us going.
It gives us energy and fuel for the spirit. But really, it actually does. But
Yeah, I'm not an amen solicitor. Like I don't
Yeah.
say amen and then have everybody amen. Or I don't even know what are the preacher catchphrases.
they're like, it's like, let me hear somebody say amen. Or like, somebody needs to shout me down on that one.
Yeah, see, I don't even know this stuff. You would think like I got a book with like a short list of say these things to
Yeah.
keep everyone going. I don't know that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just like going with it.
Yeah. Every now and then I like to throw in I'll read something and then say, everybody say this. Just to engage them.
As a listener, I like that. Or as a participant, I'm super into the prompts from
Yeah.
the speaker. I just don't think of them naturally. With exception. Once
Yeah.
in a while, I tell a joke, nobody laughs, and I'll say, well, that was really funny.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are or something like that. But like,
Yeah. That's like a classic move from a preacher to
Yeah.
because then you get a pity laugh
it's true.
and it makes you feel
And
better.
what's really funny for me is when somebody tells a joke and then they laugh, like to their own joke.
Yeah. I do
And
that all
nobody
the
else
time.
really laughs.
Yeah.
But they laugh so hard they kind of not only lose their place, but they like totally have to like restart, like the entire point.
Yeah.
Like to me, I like that because I'm like, man, that was great.
Yeah.
You really threw yourself off with how good that was.
Yeah.
So I enjoy.
funny.
I enjoy preaching. I speaking, but I also enjoy listening to all sorts
Yeah.
of different preachers. It's so fun. Like
Yeah.
everyone's got their own styles, and to sit and critique is silly. So you
Yeah.
sit and you learn, and you just like let the person who's a human being
Yeah.
preach.
That's true. That's a cool part of of this like whole quarantine life right now is that we have more time. There's more preachers that are putting their content out every
Yes.
week, so we can listen to people who we might not normally listen to on a weekly basis.
Yeah, actually, just last Sunday after the service ended, I on Facebook Live. The service ends. This was after the song I think that we played that Carrie Job and Cody Carnes have they made a video album basically that you can play for your churches. So we played one of those, and then it turned off, and then I was like our feed ended, but then there were all these recommendations from Facebook of these churches I follow with different friends, and so I pulled their services up.
Yeah.
Most of them had been they were ending.
Yeah.
But some were right in the middle, and I was able to I kind of popped in and checked a couple of them out for a few minutes, a whole bunch of them, and it was really fun because I don't get to do that on a Sunday morning. When the service ends, I'm praying with people.
Sure.
And I don't think about it later in the day. Like, let me go and go look at all my friends' churches. Like, no, I don't mind. I just don't.
Yeah,
I don't really want
it's
to.
just not,
But when it's right there in the moment, it's already live. That was really fun.
Yeah.
So I got to do it the other day,
Nice.
and I was really impressed with. I love the variety. Like everyone's approach is different.
Yeah.
Really impressed with everyone just owning it and trying to make the most out of this situation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What would you say our niche market of church demographic would be?
What do you mean?
Like what? Like who?
Christians.
Who is our? Who?
Our church has Christians. In it. Oh, okay.
What would our? Based on how we have approached church ministry,
Yeah.
what is the most natural audience that we've reached?
That's good. It's Theology Thursday, so I feel like this is good, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna let's it's been 25 minutes, but let's
get
talk
deep
about
now.
something. Yeah, so that's an interesting question because we actually have a lot of variety. It's tough
sure.
for me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm too in it to see it from the outside. In a way I can categorize it quickly because we are non-denominational, so we have a lot of people coming from different backgrounds, some completely unchurched, and so this is their very first church, which is so special to me. You know, others who have come, they've moved here for a reason, or they've needed to or chose to leave another church. So we have this blend, and so like as far as like who they are, and like we were even looking at a list, if you were to say, well, if you were to assume our church is young, which I kind of was, we were looking at a list of everyone who is, it's everyone in our church who's older. But the way I phrased it was, those who grew up talking on the phone and like to talk on the phone. Like, because it's a little bit more strange for me. It sounds funny to say that, but I wasn't forged socially on the phone through like young adult years. Of course had it growing up and stuff, but like we're much more into texting and chatting. Even instant messenger had that in high school. Like a lot of my communication has been through typing, not through.
The worst is when, sorry, this is a slight rabbit trail, but when you're on the internet at home and then the phone rings and you had to turn it off or something, or your mom was like, I gotta make a phone call.
Yeah, I gotta make a phone call. You gotta get off the internet.
And it's like, I'm like talking to my girlfriend or whatever.
I know. Yeah, exactly. So
anyway,
which in hindsight, I can't even believe we were allowed to do certain things that we did. But nonetheless, it was all new territory back then. So I would assume like our church is mainly young, but we made this. I mean, we're talking 60 people. Some are married, some are single, and 60, 70 or so, like who are all, I don't know how you would describe it, but like those who might be our older side of
superiors.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not trying to sound funny and around like saying. I just like it spanned. It basically was a list of people we want to call. So. And just check in them. So, but our church has a lot of older families too. Surprisingly, especially for the age of our church and who are. So when it comes to demographics, like I don't see it in age distinctions. Like there's a pretty good spread. I guess. So when I think of it more like personality. Like to answer your question, and I'd say it's those who. Even that's interesting, but maybe those who. This is funny. I feel like I'm giving a category to a lot of people. I'm like stereotyping our church almost. It's strange. It's not like a hunters club, even though we have a Buckhead logo. It doesn't feel that way, in my opinion. So, but I think there's like that rustic feel. Like most people, it's easier almost to think what we're not. I don't know, but like we're not really like a city slicker feel. I don't mean sleazy, but like, we just don't have that. You know.
I don't think many people. Some would, and that's okay, but I don't think the large majority of our church would choose to live the city life.
True. I mean, maybe dabble in it. But not like buy an apartment in uptown New York, and probably most not. So I guess more like a rustic, like they enjoy the outdoors. They enjoy land. Most of them, actually, this would be true. A lot of our church is very hands-on, either mechanically inclined or creative. With like the ability to make, like either designing or manufacturing or something. Almost in a way that I'm not like that as much as I want to be. Like that's either a trait I need to get better at, or I'm just not naturally inclined that way. So it's kind of funny. All of these guys who are men and women who you can give them like a lump of stuff. Either they're engineers or they are their mind thinks where they can just fit everything together and make it work. It's like I'm more of like I'll write a book. I can read or write a book. Like,
Yeah.
I'll write the manual that you use. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
So to take a less.
I'm kind of rambling with your answer. Or with
No,
your
yeah.
question.
No, it was a generic or like a random question, but to take a more a less I don't know, like Christ-centered approach to this question. If our church, based on our ability to work with our hands, if we were to create a factory to produce something, what would that factory be? Like, what would we
That'd
be
fun.
producing?
Yeah. What would we make?
Yeah.
Well, it's Theology Thursday, so I'm willing to go here. I think that if we, okay, I'm gonna tell you what we're not gonna do.
Okay.
But this is important to hear.
Yeah.
I think it's important. It's a good answer for me. This is stuff that a few people have heard me say, but most people have not. I wish we started with this. This is too good. Maybe, it's because it's already 10. I hope you're still listening. If we didn't live in the era that we live in, if we lived 400 years ago and we were who we all are in a town with a bunch of wineries, I think we should start a winery because it's historically churches like monasteries and other places like that, they make beer or wine, and they sell it to support their ministry and what they do. Now, that's like commonly in places in Europe where their view and the addictions related to alcohol are different. In America, especially here in Central Virginia, we have abused that. You can call it a right or that type of food or drink. You know, like we have.
Sure.
Binge drinking is a part of our heritage as a nation, and it has caused epic strongholds that we have to be incredibly careful with, especially in all that we've done. So I'm by no means saying like
like let's go
discounting
do it.
that. I think it's not even an option now because in almost every place in the U.S., but definitely here. And it's a shame because we happen to live in an area that has a bunch of wineries. I think we could have the best winery, and it wouldn't be known not for getting sloshed on stuff, but like for having refined stuff. And it would support because people love to buy wine and it's expensive.
That's true.
So I was like, man, we could have like a legit manufacturing company and everything with that. But I don't think that's even an option. Not that we've considered it anyway, but it's not an option because of
my fake game.
Because of the heritage that we're bringing in. Yeah. So, with that said, I feel like I want to bring that up because I've thought about that before, and I like the show. It like allows me to have musings that I would never have on a Sunday morning because it's like stay on the point. So, what would we have? Man, I feel like we could have. I'm serious, but even though we're not like a hunters club, I think we could have an outdoor company. Partially because that's like something I looked into, kind of started down that path. And the Lord was like, I've called you not to do it. Anyway, so from we have like a clothing line to designs and patterns, like the Real Tree stuff. Like we create some patterns that other companies may want and they can use for their stuff, or we're really protective of it and we only allow it on our own stuff. But it's like a premier thing, right? Like,
legacy gear.
Yeah, because we've all these people and they would be trying it out, so they would know like what works for hunting, what works for fishing, what works for camping and backpacking and everything else. Like it doesn't take much to test it out, and we would have like a huge the prototype team, and we'd be able to check it all out. It'd be fantastic, and I think we could come up with really cool stuff. The only thing is, it may not be like high fashion. Well, it wouldn't be high fashion, but it wouldn't. It may not like translate into the rest of the market. People may we might like it. We might think it's cool, but unless you have a really big push and big investment and big money like on the front end, I think it'd be tough to enter that market because you'd be the little guy, and it's just
There's a lot of stuff out there. Yeah,
but if we had something, I think it'd be really fun. It's like this, like not that it has to be called this, but just for the sake of simplicity, the legacy, like outdoor gear. Or it'd be like REI that's run by like a church, and
LEI.
LEI.
LOI.
Whatever it would be. Yeah, I don't know. And it'd be so funny because like you would use all that stuff to fund the operational side, the stuff like the unglamorous side of ministry, the administration side, the overhead, and then like and give it all like it's like 50% of what we give it all away, or everything we get beyond what all of our like net profit is all given away.
Yeah,
I think it'd be so cool. The thing is, like, I don't got time for that. Like between preaching and leading our family, like I can't be even thinking about starting something like that. But in my head, I think it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
because of who we have in our church.
Right.
It's like, man, we could rock.
We could do like wilderness experiences. Yeah. As like a sub part of the company.
Yeah.
Yep. So, look out for LOI 2025.
Yeah, I mean, we got a couple more minutes. So, like, this even shows you that like I'm not I'm actually I've thought about this because it was years ago when I was leaving. I think it was when I was leaving McLean, and I was going to come to the point, but when I wasn't sure what was going to happen there, I actually contacted REI and I said, because they do these trips internationally, like you can sign up and you can be on these trips. Have you seen that before? Yeah. So, and I think, have I told you this before? Okay, I told somebody recently about this, and they have trips all over the world, like Everest and others. Like, well, one of them is in Switzerland, and I've been there in the places where they go. Yeah. And so I actually contacted them and said, hey, I worded it, or I didn't lie, but I was like, hey, I'm preparing to be a guide with a backpacking company in Switzerland. I'd love to work with you guys as like one of your contractors, where you like send people to us, and I would be taking care of them. So I'm like, I don't even live there, much less. I've done it twice. And they actually replied, but they said something like, no, sorry, we're not. We have who we have.
Sorry, we researched you and saw that you were.
No, it was anonymous enough that like I don't think. At the time, actually, this was when I was starting the outdoor stuff, and I had a lot more content out there. If you were to research me, it actually might look like there is something. Yeah. Unlike now, they'd be like, what? Who is this guy? But so I did that thinking, I was like, maybe this is what the Lord has for me. I'm going to be a backpacking guide through the Alps, and then I'll just be a Christian. I'll get to share my faith with all these folks. And no. God was like, you're going to wreck yourself.
That'll be in your other universe.
Yeah, the alternate parallel. Yeah. So now that we're talking about it, man, it's gonna make me think about this today. I gotta stay focused. There's too much to do with work, but it's like I got coffee. It's rainy. Today is the day.
Today is the day to let your mind go there.
I know. I might start thinking about the gear we would have. Man. And it has to be good gear. That's the thing.
You can't.
Not the thing where you just slap on a logo on something that's made just like Bean, right? They don't. I don't know if they actually make. I think their company does up in Maine.
Not sure.
I think they actually make their stuff. Yeah. But Aver, I have my doubts. Yeah. My suspicion is it just gets manufactured elsewhere and they stamp their stuff on it. And so, which I don't know if it's not true. Don't sue me. I'm just saying like that's common. We'd have to actually make it. American made. Yeah. Greene County made. Yeah.
Right here.
In the T-Pack warehouse. Yeah. What's in that warehouse?
Repurposed
well,
the
half
warehouse.
of it's church, and the other half is the LEI. Yeah, that's where it is. You can come and like LL Bean has this giant boot. Like we would have a giant crossbow or something. Yeah. Yeah, you can see the giant crossbow.
Oh yeah, because it's like a cross, like Jesus, but then it's a weapon.
That's even deeper than what I was going with. Yeah.
That'll be our logo.
Yeah. I like the crossbow more than like a gun. A gun's like, you can't have that as your logo, especially if you're connected with the church. Yeah. Like, it's a little
edgy.
A little too much right now. Yeah. But a crossbow is interestingly acceptable. Yeah. I don't know. Or
that'll be our next logo.
Even like a regular boner. But yeah, crossbow. Yeah. People be like, yeah, that's cool. I'll go to that church. I don't know.
You go to that crossbow church? Yep.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for joining. Man, I could keep going. I got I have a whole nother cup of coffee in the car. I really do. And so
Tune in to part B of
I
our-
know it's gonna be like, and Jason left the camera on, and we
Jason went
all
home
of you
like an
guys
hour
left,
ago.
and here I am. So like 3 hours later,
And then we could.
write this down, kids.
Oh man.
All right, hey, thanks for joining us today.
Yep.
Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Go
and,
kick a fox.
Yeah, if you find a fox, maybe. I don't know.
See you guys.
Yep.